Right, in this part of the video, I will be explaining a few key ideas. So the first one will be on water cycle is important to ensure a continuous supply of water. And the next two key ideas will be on conservation of water as well as water pollution. Okay, so question 44, why is the water cycle important to living things? So why is it important? So basically, very obviously, water cycle provides or ensures a continuous supply of fresh water, for the simple reason that during evaporation only water is evaporated and not mud, salt or any other bacteria or everything else. Okay, so the fact that there is water cycle, we get fresh water all the time. Now 45, at which stage is there a change of state in water cycle? So it's quite obvious, rain into the water bodies, it's still liquid, but the water bodies into water vapor, that is a change of state here. Water vapor into clouds, that is a change of state here because of condensation. So E and F only. Question 46. Now you're supposed to identify the processes involved in the water cycle. Okay, so let's look at process X. So X is here. So X is basically the C into water vapor. So what is this process called? So it's called evaporation. Then Y is here. So Y is when the water vapor forms to clouds, and this is called condensation. Okay, so evaporation and condensation. So what keeps the water cycle going? Well, very simply, it's the sun, or you can say the heat from the sun. Alright, the heat from the sun. Now the next key idea is that water is an important and limited resource to support life, resource processes, and it should be conserved. Okay, so although there's a water cycle, but there is a limit to how much water will come back down, and we need to conserve it again, and we will run out of water. So for this 47, table below shows how water is being conserved. Okay, so I have ABC and all these things. Now, what ways of water conservation do ABC represent? So this basically is, remember the three R's, reduce, reuse, recycle. So let's see. A, when I use collected rainwater to wash a car and I use water for rinsing rice to water the plants, what am I doing? Yeah, I'm actually reusing. Okay, so I'm actually reusing the water. Actually, you already found your answer. Answer is 2. But let's just go down the line and see whether we are correct. Now B, if I making of new water and wastewater is treated to make it usable, what I'm actually doing is I'm recycling. So recycling means to make it new again. Okay, to make it new again. So C is turn off the tap while brushing teeth, half flushing the toilet bowl instead of using a full flush. This will be reducing because you cut down the number of or the amount of water used. So 48, which of the following activities help to conserve water? Watering the plants with a watering can, does it help to conserve? Yep, instead of using like a hose or all those things. Bathing in the bathtub, obviously not. Bathtub, you use a lot of water. Brushing teeth with a mug of water, yep, instead of letting the tap run. Washing the car with water from a hose, nope. Okay, so using a hose, obviously you tend to waste water. So A and C. Okay, question 49. Water can be conserved through this 3R process. So which are the following ways in which we could reuse? So here we are talking about reusing of water. So let's look, collecting rainwater and using it to flush the toilet. Yep, this is a way to reuse water. Wash dishes in a tub of water instead of under running tap. This is actually to reduce, so it's not what we are looking for. Why water has been used for washing vegetables is used for watering plants. This is reusing, correct? And Z, pass wastewater through chemicals filters to remove impurities so it is safe for drinking. This is actually to recycle the water, not to reuse it. So W and Y is my answer. Question 50. So Eileen wanted to conserve water in her house, recorded all the water usage in her house and plotted the graph below. So which of the following is practical ways in which Eileen can conserve water? So if you look at the graph, the percentage of water used is the highest for showering. Okay, so if she would want to conserve water, she would work on the aspect of showering. So which is the one that will help to conserve water? Yeah, that's number 1. Bathe from a pail instead of the shower hose. Okay. 51. So this table below shows the water used by 4 families from January to all the way to March. So how you read this table is, this is the Lee family. The amount of water the Lee family used in January is 32 meter cube. Then in February is 34, in March is 37. So same for the Devi family, the Ng family, and the Muhammad family. So which family used more water in February than in January? So let's see. February and January, Lee is 32 and 34. Devi is 45 and 41, so they don't use more. The Ng is 36, 36, it's the same. And Muhammad is 85, 48, 45. So which family used more water? Basically, it's the Lee family. So one of the families decided to conserve water in March. Which family was it? So let's see. In March, which family actually water usage actually dropped? So the Lee family from February to March, there's an increase, so not the Lee family. The Devi family, there is a drop, so the Devi family conserved the water. Ng family, there's an increase, so not them. And for the Muhammad family, it's the same, so obviously not them as well. So which family conserved the water? The Devi family. So then we need to explain, so your explanation will look something like this. So the amount of water used in March is lesser than in February. Okay, so that's your explanation. 52. So this table shows how water was used for various activities in one of the household. Alright, so using the information given in the table suggests 2 ways. So I only want 2 ways in which water can be reused. Okay, so what are the 2 ways? So if you look here, if you want to reuse, well, one way is to use the water that I used to wash rice and fruits and to use it for something else, like watering the plants. Same thing, rinsing the clothes, I can actually reuse it for something else. So these are the 2 ways I can reuse water. Okay, so water used for washing rice and fruits can be used to water the plants. Water used for rinsing clothes can be used to flush the toilet. So using the information in the table suggests one way in which water can be reduced. So there are many ways, so any one of this, I'll just give you one of the answer. So one way is to turn off the tap when soaping during shower. Okay. Now the next part will be on this key idea of water pollution, and it has an impact on Earth's water resources. So let's look at question 53. River is highly polluted by substance X. However, rain samples collected over a year in the region does not show any amount of substance X in them. So what does this show me? So the fact that I have substance X in the river, but when I collect the rain it doesn't show, this is quite obvious that substance X does not evaporate. Okay. 54. So I have this graph, number of aquatic animals versus time. So which of the river ABCD is likely to be the most polluted? Okay, so I'm looking for the one that's most polluted. So obviously when I have more pollution, my animals will start to die. So which is the one that shows the number of animals decreasing? And that will be D. Okay, so it's quite obvious. 4 is my answer. And the last question. Study this diagram. So water samples taken from ABC along the river, appearance of the water and the number of fish caught in the nets were recorded in the table below. So A, my appearance of water is clear. I have 60 fish. B, clear, 5 fish. C is muddy with 36 fish. So which of the 3 areas ABC should town P collect drinking water from? So think about this. Quite a number of you put B as the answer, okay, because you think that it's clear. But if you look carefully, obviously C, most of us won't go for it because it's muddy water. But if you look at A and B, the difference between A and B is there are 60 fish and B has 5 fish. So you need to think carefully, why is there only 5 fish at location B? So if you look here, B has a factory. So most likely the factory will be dumping pollutants into the river, and that causes the number of fish to either die off or they avoid coming here altogether. So would you want to drink the water from this part of the river? I don't think so, because if it harms the fish, it may harm us as well. Oops, sorry. So A is the one where we want to collect drinking water from. So part B, Mr. Teo, the owner of the factory, claimed that his factory did not discharge pollutants. So do you agree? Well, if you look at again, we have to base on evidence and not just what we think the factory does. Okay, so if you look at the evidence, although the appearance of water is clear, but the number of fish is very low. So something is happening to the fish. So that is reason enough to prove that Mr. Teo is actually dumping pollutants into the river. So your answer should look something like this. Okay, so the water at point B in which the factory is situated may look clear, but it only has 5 fish found in that area. So that's the reason why we think that Mr. Teo is actually discharging pollutants. Okay? Alright, see you.